We got Anthony from Sunsets West with us. Southern Manitoba band. Just getting their name out there. Obviously, we've seen a couple of releases on Spotify. I'm not sure. I don't have any other streaming services, so I'm not sure if you're in other ones as well. But good to have you with us. You might be the first band from outside of Winnipeg in Manitoba here that we have. So why don't you start off and just tell us a little about yourself?
Okay, so myself, Anthony Wall, play guitar in the band. Kind of do a decent amount of the songwriting and some of the scheduling. Our drummer Ryan also does some of the scheduling too, but I guess whatever. I like to have my finger in things when it comes to the band, so that's me.
Excellent. How long's the band been together?
So this in the current lineup, I guess a couple of months, but we were Sunsets West. It's been, I think, 2 years that we've been Sunsets West. So my wife was playing bass and singing harmonies, and then a guy, old coworker of mine, he was playing guitar. Kind of, my wife, we just had our second child, and she's also kind of extending her university with post-bac, so she doesn't really have time to be part of the band thing anymore. So she decided to step away, and then old coworker of mine who was playing guitar for us, he just wasn't feeling it anymore, and we were kind of wanting to get into the originals. So back before that, we were just doing covers always. That was it. So we played, I guess with that lineup, we played a few like festivals like Corn and Apple Youth Stage and just kind of in and around Altona, Canada Day stuff, like festival type stuff. And then now the new lineup we have, so my brother's playing bass, and then our drummer Ryan, his brother's playing guitar for us. So that's where we're at. But we've been jammed together for a good number of years now.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. So why don't we just kind of talk about your releases you got on social media here? Why don't
Sure.
you give us a rundown of these? I think there's 3 songs on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess start off the first one, Busking. That's the first one. It's just a rock and roll tune. Just kind of started with a riff. That's where I usually start the songs. I'll just be noodling around on the guitar till I find a riff, and then just kind of branched out from there. I was learning songwriting, at the time, so had a bunch of hours went into that, and just like learning the DAW and stuff, and all that stuff. Like 200 hours in that song for sure, which is way too much that it needs. But yeah, so that's the first one. Kind of riff rock, I guess you would call that one. Chris, our singer, he's really good with harmonies too, so he's got some harmonies on there in the chorus, and then big outro solo at the end. That one's a lot of fun to play. Next one, Going Down with the Ship, is the next one. That one, I guess we kind of want a little bit heavier of a sound, even though it's not like heavy hard rock, but it's whatever. It's whatever's coming out of us that that's the song, what it is. So again, that one just started with a riff. I'll just noodle around in E minor pentatonic kind of area, and that one came up.
Awesome.
I worked on that one forever, had the verses, trying to find a chorus for that one forever, but kind of came up with something, and then the breakdown came up just sitting down trying to figure something out for it. So yeah, and then so those two I wrote most of them. As far as some arrangements, some of the guys had some input for sure. And then Ready, Set, Go is the last one that just came out a month ago, something like that. Chris, our singer, he wrote that one. So he had the lyrics all written down. He writes a lot different than I do, but he had all the lyrics written down. And then he just came up with a chord progression from there. That one's more of an acoustic number that we just kind of built up to be part of the band, a band song. So got drums and bass and the whole thing in there. So yeah.
Excellent. And do you do all your own recordings yourself?
A lot of it we do. So for guitars and stuff, I do it here in the garage now, actually. But yeah, guitars, bass, all the scratch tracks I do. And then for the drums and vocals, it's Manchester Studios is where we do that. So Goose Peters, that's the guy there. He does the drums because he's got like all the preamps for every single mic coming out, whereas I don't have the technology for that yet. And
Yeah.
he does a great job. He does our mixing and mastering as well. Yeah, so definitely good guys there. He's based out of Morden, so definitely
Okay.
check him out if anybody's on the scene looking for somebody to mix and master their tracks or do some drum recording, because that's not something everybody can do. He's a great option.
Oh, it's great. Great. So obviously I noticed some pretty big news for you guys for Corn and Apple. You got some good bands coming out there, and you get to be a big part of it.
Yeah, for sure. So last year at Harvest Fest, so that one's in Winkler. That was in August. We opened up on the main stage there. We opened up it was a Bon Jovi cover band, and then Crash Test Dummies. So that was kind of our first splash on like opening up for, an actual band, like a radio band. So that was really good experience. Gig went really well. We all played good, so that was was good. Sound was great. So we got news at this Corn and Apple show a little bit while ago, and opening up for 5440 and the Watchmen. So that's really cool. So we're stoked about that for sure.
And then, it's two great bands too that have a good history. Being honest with you, my first CD I ever bought was a Watchmen CD, and I don't think I've missed a show of theirs in about 10 years.
Oh wow!
They're coming back to Winnipeg in Club Region in October, I believe.
That's right.
I haven't missed a show of theirs. Even their bass player Ken Tizard, he's got some albums of his own that are really good too. So So yeah, I didn't even know they were playing Corn and Apple this year till I saw your post there, and I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive. So good for you guys.
Thanks. Every time I hear on 92 that they're like, whatever, promoting the Club Regent show, I'm like, well, I just text into Philly Joe and Kirby, just be like, come on down Corn and Apple, you can see him.
Exactly, right? Yeah, no, that's great. And 5440, another band that's kind of timeless, and I know I'm pretty sure their guitarist, he's probably still with them. He used to be with the Matthew Good band, and he's been with there. I can't remember his name right now. But no, pretty good bands. Actually, I didn't know either. You opened for Crash Test Dummies. I'm assuming that Bon Jovi tribute band was probably Bed of Roses. Yeah. The singer was part of a band years back called Cartoon Criminals, and they were a cover band. And I remember I saw them in Brandon, saw them in Portage, and then they blew up into this Bed of Roses thing, and they've done very well for themselves too. But
for sure.
Crash Test Dummies obviously can't say much more than another timeless Winnipeg band, right?
For sure.
Yeah. So what's going on? What's happening in the future for you guys? Where do you want to take things? Where do you see yourselves, and do you got more songs coming in the pipeline here?
Yeah, so we got, I don't know, I probably have about 10-ish unfinished songs that kind of need a little bit more work and band input and stuff to get it ready to go. But I guess the plan would be kind of have a loose plan to have these 3 singles out, and then maybe next fall we can put out full-length album type thing with whatever 10 songs on it. But we got a lot of songs in the pipeline right now that we're cooking up, but a couple of new babies in the band, so that's focuses on those little guys right now. So but we'll get back to it as soon as we can.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
How about one other thing I noticed? I just kind of cruised through your social media one day, just kind of seeing anything I can dig up on you guys.
Yeah.
Is there a plan for merch? I saw there was maybe just some templates for it.
Yeah, so just my brother's kind of the brainchild behind that. He's just got a vinyl cutter at home and that kind of thing. So mainly just wanted to reach out, see if any friends or family wanted anything. I guess our plans with the band, like we're not in a place, family, or I am not anyway. Can't speak for everybody, but not at a place where I want to be gigging every weekend. And I just kind of wanted to get some songs out there that we've been pouring our hearts into forever. So that's kind of where we're at. But yeah, we do have some merch. It just message us, and it's kind of a made to order basis. Just have a stock of shirts because the old time and time again bands order like 300 shirts and then they have like 150, 200 just kicking around. Just they wasted their money on, so and then they give them away at shows. So we didn't really want to do that. So we just kind of bought a good stockpile of shirts, and if somebody wants something, just shoot us a message. We can work something out.
Great. I guess a two-part question here. Growing up, what kind of bands were you listening to that maybe influenced the sound you guys are going for?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I've got a musical chameleon. I listen to a lot of different stuff growing up, but my dad always had 92 on the radio, like 92 One City FM. That was just on at all times. So basically any radio rock you hear, but definitely like the hip. That's a big influence. Chris's voice really suits Gord's voice. Like that's Three Pistols has been a song in our set list since the beginning. Like we haven't not played that song. I like Weezer, that just the power chord rock, straightforward. The Pretty Reckless is another one I really get into.
That's an interesting
yeah.
group of music there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't expect that one to come out at all.
Oh, and
You're
if we
talking
could
to the
sound
hip.
like if we could sound like Nickelback at all, we would. We freaking love Nickelback over here. So
Yeah,
not everybody
nothing.
does, but I'm not ashamed to say it. I love Nickelback.
You know what? The whole everyone needs to hate Nickelback is
It's over.
I think it's over now. I think after that
Yeah.
Netflix thing came out too,
Yeah.
I think it might have helped their case a little bit too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how about
sure.
sorry.
Good,
How about any bands? Do you have any local bands, in Winnipeg or surrounding areas that maybe you want to talk about or just kind of give a little nod to?
Yeah, for sure. So I was talking about Manchester Studio there before, our buddy Goose. His band is Monochromatics, is what they're called. Punk band. They've been around for like 10 years, probably for sure. The old name was Through. That was their old name, but they're under Monochromatics now. But they've been Monochromatics for 4 or 5 years now, I think. Punk stuff, like whatever. If you like Blink 182, that was another one that would have been big for me in my younger years for sure. Was Blink, but yeah, that's one for sure. Monochromatics, definitely check out their stuff. Goose has been real good to us. And then another band, Winnipeg band. It's actually Chris, our singer, his cousin. It's his band. Truly Sorry is their band name. So garage rock. They've done a few gigs at the Handsome Daughter and forgot the other. Just a few little, the Real Love. They put on those kind of 3-band bills at the little bars around Winnipeg. So they've been on there, but garage rock stuff. They've got a few songs on Spotify too. So love their sound. It's good. It's raw, raw garage. It's great.
Yeah, I just wrote their name down here. I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, Truly Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Like I said, I'm not going to keep you all night. Let's just, maybe just kind of wrap things up, but maybe just finish it off. Let us know, what can we expect from you, and if there's anything you want to say to family, friends out there, fans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So whatever. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to you, Joel, for having us. And just looking forward to getting some more music out there. We're on Spotify, all the things, doing our best to keep the social media game up, but that's a grind. Keeping that TikTok train a chugging, that is a grind, but it's got to happen. So, we're on Instagram too, Sunsets West Band. As far as gigs we got going on, we're doing the Corn and Apple thing, and then we're gonna look maybe at some city shows from there, just because we still haven't even played a Winnipeg show. It's all just been
Okay.
rural stuff at festivals and fairs and kind of their Canada Day stuff. So hoping to maybe break into the Winnipeg scene a little bit, because around here everybody likes their 60s country and gospel, and so it's you show up and you start playing rock and roll, and a lot of people pick up the chairs and leave.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, I get it.
we like to break into the Winnipeg scene a little bit. So anybody's out there looking for a rock and roll band to come open up a night, we'd be more than interested for sure.
Perfect. Well, hopefully that. Hopefully we get some views in Winnipeg with it being the last couple of weeks to really focus on Winnipeg. Maybe hopefully someone will pick up on that and get you into Winnipeg.
For sure, yeah. And if not, we'll do our darndest getting into the promoters, and we'll make something work for sure.
Absolutely. All right. Well, it's great having you, Anthony.
Yeah, for
Obviously, have a great gig with the Watchman 5440.
Mhm.
Have a good time at Corn and Apple. I know it draws a huge crowd out there.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah,
you guys are troopers playing in front of all those people. So
yeah, for sure.
all
It's
right.
gonna
Well,
be a good time.
absolutely keep making the music, and obviously, this is live on YouTube now. It'll be uploaded to Facebook. So make sure you share it, and make sure your friends tune in, check it out, and your fans, of course.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you later.